I think there's like two concepts in your book. There's like content depths and content intent. And I feel like they're replacing the traditional linear funnel. And I want to give you a chance to unpack that a little bit. Like, let's say the typical funnel to make it simple, like awareness, interest, consideration. You've got conceptual, strategic, and tactical content depths. How do these content depths help marketers deliver different outcomes compared to the traditional linear funnel approach, do you think?
Sure. So, conceptual is really about the what and the why of the idea. And so it's more theoretical or philosophical in nature, and it helps the audience think about and understand the problem space. Strategic is around the process, tools, key knowledge components that have to be in place to make that conceptual idea reality. And it helps the audience think about and understand the solution space, develop the criteria to evaluate solutions, and then do their own research. And then at the tactical level, you've got, prescriptive, it's nitty gritty, the step-by-step instructions, the habits or tasks that have to happen regularly to implement those strategies to make that conceptual idea reality. Nowhere in there did I say, yes, we will buy the product, we will implement the product, we will use the product. Sure, that might happen, but the solution might also be new knowledge. It might be practices. It might be rituals. It might be eliminating something, right? So you can see that conceptual is awareness. No. Understanding how to think about the problem space is not the same as being aware of a company or a product, right? So the example I give is fitness. So if we think about it, what does it mean to be healthy and fit? Most people agree it's some combination of diet and exercise. But you're going to answer that question very differently if you're Muscle and Fitness versus Yoga Journal versus Runner's World, right? So my bio says fitness fiend. I like bodybuilder style workouts. So I choose to answer this as Muscle and Fitness. So at a conceptual level, you'll say you're healthy and fit if you have big muscles and you eat a high protein diet. Where is the product pitch in that statement? Do I need to buy a product to get big muscles and eat a lot of protein? I mean, I kind of think you do. You got to buy some whey protein because it's really hard to eat enough chicken to hit your protein goals, right? You might need to buy a gym membership to lift heavy enough weights to actually be able to build those big muscles, right? But also maybe not. Maybe you're a rock climber and you've been able to build big, strong muscles, right? So that's at the conceptual level. At the strategic level, this might be talking about having good form when you're lifting or different sources of protein. And then at the tactical level, this is 10 tips to build bigger biceps or 5 chicken dinner recipes to try this week. And so you can see none of those have to lead you down a buying path. None of them are pitching a product. None of them are pitching a service. None of them are pitching a company, right? So you recognize that you can have that conceptual, strategic, and tactical depth of content. So let's say, for example, bodybuilding.com, they have a lot of education about these things. And so if I land on an article that's, let's say, a peer-reviewed study about the importance of protein, and the opening line is, protein is the building block of muscle. Great. Why do I care about that? Now I have a link that'll take me directly to that medical study that shows that having big, strong muscles and a high protein diet leads to longer, healthier living, right? If I already know that, now I want to read on and say, scientists have discovered new sources of protein. Oh, that's great. What are they, right? I don't have to click that link to go read the study to convince me that I should eat more protein to build my muscles. Then maybe there's a sidebar that says, struggling to get your protein, buy this protein supplement. And the CTA is explore supplements, buy supplement, add to cart, right? Let's say someone told me that I should eat more chicken. And I'm like, I don't really know why to eat more chicken. But they sent me this recipe. And at the beginning, right, the recipe is like, chicken is an excellent source of protein. As you think about your, macros, and I'm like, what are macros? I don't really know what those are. So I can click the link for macros. And then it takes me to a strategic depth article that talks about fat, carbs, and protein are the key macros. And you need to think about that as you design your diet. And in the sidebar, there is a meal plan template, right? And so I can click that. And maybe it's a free template. And now I can just use it, right? Or maybe I buy it. Or maybe it's a free template and it's like, are you struggling to do your meal planning? hire a nutritionist to help you, right? Okay, now you've got tactical buy intent content versus tactical use intent content versus strategic learn intent content. And you can see how all of that all goes together with proper linking, proper CTAs. The audience can pop up or down if they already know this or that, right? And so it designs this journey that's endless, it's frictionless, and does not automatically assume you need to buy this piece of, this supplement, or you need to buy this gym membership, right? So that's the example I give, and I go into this in the book. But when you hear it in that context, it's like, this makes perfect sense, right? And it is hard to apply in a B2B perspective, but it's not a free for all. It's not. It's not like this fluffy, feel good, like, well, we can't sell anything. It's rude to sell. No, dude. If somebody wants to buy, you should freaking sell. If somebody doesn't want to buy, you should give them the option not to do that and make it very clear. I don't want to waste my time with people who don't want to buy. Send them over here. If you're ready to buy, excellent. Please tell me that and I will make that as easy as possible, right? So I think that's the other thing. People think ditching the linear funnel means that we have to be fluffy or it's this ethereal thing. And I'm like, no, dude. Here you